Hello, today we will be looking at how to write a thesis statement in a persuasive essay. We will start by looking at 3 questions. What is a thesis statement? Why is it important? And where should you put it in your essays? So first of all, what is a thesis statement? It is the foundation of an essay. It states the main idea of the whole essay, and the rest of the essay is built around the thesis statement. For example, if we are writing an essay about if students should wear uniforms to school, our thesis statement can be, I think students should wear uniforms to school because it allows students to be equal and focus on their studies. Notice that this thesis statement includes a clear position and 2 supporting reasons. Why is the thesis statement so important for the essay? Well, first of all, it allows the reader to clearly understand your main points, and it also gives structure to the essay. In the thesis statement, we included our 2 main ideas. The first idea will be the topic of the first paragraph, and the second idea will be the topic of the second paragraph. Our final question is, where do you put the thesis statement? The most typical place for the thesis statement is at the end of the first paragraph. You can use the first sentences of the first paragraph to introduce your topic, and then finish by writing your position and reasons at the end of the first paragraph as your thesis statement. Okay, now that we know the basics, let's look at some common mistakes that students make when writing their thesis statements. The most common mistakes are related to not answering the question fully. So remember to always read the question carefully and include your position and your short supporting reasons in your thesis statement. So, our question is the same as before. Should students wear uniforms to school? Why? And here's our thesis statement. There are both advantages and disadvantages to wearing school uniforms. So here, this is a bad thesis statement because we are missing a clear position and supporting reasons. Let's look at a second thesis statement. I think students will work harder if they wear uniforms. Here, we have one good reason, but we're missing the position and at least one more reason. Remember, an essay needs to have 2 to 3 body paragraphs, so we need at least 2 supporting reasons. Okay, now it's test time. We're going to look at another essay question and some problematic thesis statements. But this time, I want you to pause the video and try to find the problem with the statements before I tell you. So, let's read our question carefully. Have smartphones had a negative or positive influence on teenagers' mental health? Here is the first statement. Teenagers have worse health because smartphones cause anxiety and poor posture. Okay, now I will tell you what's wrong. So, we have a clear position, which is good. However, you will notice that the student changed mental health to health in the position part. And the biggest problem is with the second supporting reason. It causes poor posture. This is about physical health, not mental health, so it is off topic. Here is the second thesis statement. Teenagers should use their phones less because social media makes them depressed and disconnected from reality. Okay, pause the video again and try to figure out what is wrong here. So, here our reasons are good, but the position part is off topic. Talking about whether teenagers should use their phone less is closely related to the influence on phones on their mental health, but it is not what the questions asked.